What's up guys, hope you guys all been well and staying safe. Welcome back to another video. So in today's episode we got a brand called Maker Watch Company. I stumbled upon them on TikTok and I was intrigued by sort of their unique aesthetics and the fact that they make their watches out of wood. Now wood seems to be sort of their niche. It's what they're putting their hearts into perfecting, and being someone who hasn't really ever owned a wooden watch, I've tried some on here and there, but I've never actually had one to myself to keep and to try. I decided to give them a shot. So we reached out, we got in contact, and they sent me a watch called the Jungle Juice. That's what we've got here today. And by the way, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe down below and join the watch movement for more weekly content for everything watch related. Now, wooden watches represent a very small section of horology. It's pretty rare to find somebody who's a watch collector who either has a wooden watch or collects wooden watches. Let's say they just don't make up all that much of the market. They generally don't seem to be the most interesting things. Now, the issue with wood in general is wood is more prone to expansion and contraction from humidity and temperature. If you live in a wooden house, you know what I'm talking about. As the seasons change, as temperatures drop or rise rapidly, you start to hear crackles and pops, and that's just sort of the wood expanding and moving along with the variation in temperature. So as you can imagine, that represents sort of an issue for the wood that you wear on your wrist. If it's following you around, it's going to obviously follow sort of the weather and the temperatures you're in, and that's just going to sort of add some stress onto the wood. Now, luckily, these guys have put a lot of thought into perfecting and making the wood as hard as possible. I'm actually going to read you an email they sent me just describing their process. They say that the wood itself is stabilized, which means we extract the air from the pores using a vacuum chamber and then infuse the voids with resin. In short, this makes the wood as hard and dense as it can be, making it less vulnerable to expansion, contractions, cracking, etc. Like we talked about, it's the strongest that wood can get, and we think it's an important part of our process. Now, on that note, here's a general sneak peek at their general process. So off the bat, it's nice to see that they sort of tackled the weakness that wood has, and they found a way around this downside that you could potentially face having a wooden watch. So on that note, they send me the Jungle Juice. So we're going to move over to my desk and we're going to take a look at this beauty. So this is the box it was sent in. At first, I was wondering what these little marks on the box were. They almost looked like seeds. And as it turns out, this box literally will become a plant if you toss it in soil. So clearly these guys are environmentally conscious, which I think makes a lot of sense, being people who like to work with wood. So it's a nice little touch to have. They sent it to me on a gold mesh strap with a sporty rubber strap on the side. They were both comfortable and easy to adjust, but personally, gold isn't really my thing, so I decided to keep it on the rubber strap. So this is the Jungle Juice, and off the bat, you can see there's a striking blend of hues all the way from greens to reds to even slightly yellows. The movement inside is plated in gold, as well as other accents on the watch like the crown. None of these colors are excessively flashy or saturated, except maybe the movement. When you're under light, the gold can be a little bit bold. And I have to say, it is a very nice watch to look at. The colors blend very well. If you're an artistic person, you can definitely appreciate the color work that's gone into this and just the attention to detail. The light plays with all sorts of parts of the watch, like the movement or even bringing out some of the hidden colors in the wood. And it does give you a lot to appreciate. I certainly didn't have an issue checking the time just to look at all the vibrant colors and the different lighting. What's even cooler is they offer custom watches, and they have a boatload of super cool ideas, like literally having shredded money infused into the actual case of your watch. So there's definitely no shortage of originality coming from these guys. As far as specs, we're looking at a stabilized maple burl round case with a 316L steel core. That stabilization, I'm assuming, refers to sort of the process that they described and that I showed you guys earlier. A 43mm diameter by 14.5mm thick flat case shape. We're going to get into this in just a second. It's powered by a basic Miyota 8N24 skeletonized movement. You got some lume on the hands and markers, sapphire crystal with a display case back as well. And the watch only weighs 74 grams, which is a huge upside to wood. It's very light, even lighter than I'd say sort of titanium feels on your wrist if you've ever worn one. Now, one concern I had was that the actual watch itself would pop out too much off of the straps and look way too imbalanced on the wrist, just sort of due to the circular and flat shape of the watch. I am happy to say it doesn't wear as large as you would expect, despite being 43mm and sounding very big, nor does it protrude excessively. And that's basically because you have zero lug overhang. So anything other than the straps will sit on the middle of your wrist in a nice tight package. Now with that said, it would be nice in future models to be slightly thinner. I think that would really take the sleekness of this idea and the concept they have to the next level. And one last thing that I think would really take the idea to the next level is simply upgrade the movement. Now the movement is clearly a centerpiece of the watch. It's wrapped by gorgeous colors and artistic passion. There's no shortage of good-looking movements on the market to choose from. I think that would really elevate the allure of this watch as well as attract more of the automatic watch collecting community. And why not, right? We can already see the movement, so having a higher caliber and better decorated movement sitting inside a gorgeous array of colors would really complement one another in my opinion. So all in all, I really enjoyed my time with this watch. It was a great, unique experience dabbling into wooden watches. If you're interested in checking out some of Justin and Nibin's work, I've left a link below to their website as well as their Instagram. Do give them a follow, check out their watches. If you're into custom watches, they can do something for you. If you're even into wall clocks, which I think I'm probably going to be picking up at some point in the future, you can have a gorgeous, stylish wooden wall clock. Awesome work, guys. I really like what you guys are doing. So on that note, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the Watch Movement for your weekly dose of everything watch related. And until next time, stay safe.